Wow, what a way to start off a week. What a way to start off the show. That gives you an idea what kind of fun we're into for the rest of the year and into 2021. Verizon versus Verizon. All right, well, welcome to Up to Speed Live. I'm Diana Alvear. Thank you so much for joining us. We are live from the Leadership Forum, and we've got an incredible 2 days ahead of us. Can you believe it was 2 years ago around this time that we kicked off Verizon 2.0? And since then, so much has happened, so much to be proud of. And Hans is going to be joining us in just a moment, our fearless leader, to walk us through what we're looking at for the next 2 days. But before we do that, let's start with some very quick news. We've got some news involving Walmart. We've got the Verizon Media and Walmart's one-of-a-kind 30 Days of Savings campaign. It's returning. Verizon Media and Walmart is teaming up to offer a fresh take on the holidays. We're going to be empowering consumers with new commerce content, gift guides, interactive series, all of it to help everyone navigate their shopping and, of course, enjoy this season with the ones we love. So really good stuff there. Yet another great partnership. But now I want to get directly to Hans because we've got so much to cover today. And Hans, we've got a really strong start this morning. So let's get your thoughts on the forum and everything else.
Hey Diana, and hey all V-teamers. Great to be back on Up to Speed. And we are here from the Leadership Forum, as we always do. We take the chance to update the full V-teamer group when we have our leadership forums, and no difference today. So thank you all for joining today. And first of all, I always remind ourselves on the situation we're in, the COVID-19, which in many places in the world is actually increasing and, of course, impacting us, our customers, our families. And I caution you all when it comes to safety and health when it comes to the COVID-19, because this is not something that will go away quickly. It will be here, and now we see spikes all around the world. So whatever protocols you are having, if you're working in the field, in the store, or just working from home, we all have our protocols to think about in order to see that this pandemic is not spreading. So please be aware of that. And it was a time since I was on Up to Speed, so I just want to remind all of you about it. Coming back to what we're doing here. So we have the Leadership Forum. We just kicked off an hour ago in the Leadership Forum. And we have an agenda here where we're going to talk about Verizon 2.0 or Verizon 2.0, depending how you want to pronounce it. That was launched almost exactly 2 years ago in 2018. Of course, some of the pieces were in execution a little bit later. But we do a recap of Verizon 2.0, what we have done great, what areas we need to improve, and of course, just doing some reflection on it. But we also are honing in on 2021. What do we need to do in execution 2021? And we will discuss that from a strategic point of view. Our business unit leaders will talk about it. Our technology team will talk about it. What are we now needing to do for 2021? And finally, later on the agenda, we're going to talk about the Pulse results. But as always, we open that up first to all our employees. All of the V-teamers should know the Pulse result. So soon, in a couple of minutes, Krista will join me here and she will share the result of the Pulse. I will just say one thing before she will share all the results. I'm so impressed and I'm so thankful that 83% of you responded to this again. That tells me that there's a confidence that if you make your voice heard, we're doing something about it. The second thing I just want to highlight from the result is that we see a big portion of all the V-teamers that actually, since last Pulse survey, had an action plan discussion with the leaders, because that's so important. And to all the leaders out there, you need to continue to do that, because we can always improve. We find areas, and in the multi-discussion, we always find new areas to improve. But Krista will come back and talk a little bit more about how the total result came out. But I just want to thank you all. The most important, that we have an engagement in the Pulse survey from all the V-teamers, because that's going to make our company so much better. So thank you. When it comes to Verizon 2.0, a lot of things have happened the last 2 years. Of course, we started 2 years ago, we started with the strategy. We talked about what we wanted to preserve, strengthen, and transform. I hope you remember that, because that was so important to preserve a lot of the strength of Verizon the last 20 years. Everything from operation execution, our customer intimacy, the culture we had in the company, etc. That was important. But we also wanted to transform. We wanted to be more agile when it comes to our customers. We wanted to work much more on scaling solutions. We wanted also to see that our culture continued to develop. And I think that some of the things, when you look back right now, we've really done well. I mean, think about that. We decided for the purpose. You remember that? We create the networks that move the world forward. That's what we decided 1 year ago. And it's so important that they have a purpose. At the same time, we defined or confirmed our core values remain the same. The core values that has led us to where we are today. And finally, we also put the brand values there. Trust and innovation in every product and every solution we have. That's what we need to think about. All that guided us who we are and why we exist. And then, of course, we continue with our strategy based on sort of a scalable network as a service, where we add on our go-to-markets with Verizon Consumer Group, Verizon Business Group, and Verizon Media Group, all of them benefiting from the platform behind them. And, of course, moving into new areas. And when we build that network service, we added on, of course, the 5G strategy that we have. And standing here today, we all know how far we have come. Started several years ago with the work we did on millimeter wave and 5G home. And today, we have launched all the services, 5G home, 5G mobility, and 5G mobile edge compute, the 3 large opportunities we have. And now, when we go into 2021, that's the time for us to start executing on those growth opportunities we have as a company. And a lot of our discussions here, we're going to be around that. What are priorities next year? How we're going to do it faster and better. But clearly, we have put ourselves in a situation the last 9 months where we, during these tough times as a company, has actually executed more things than ever. It's just amazing to see how we've done it. And we did it in another important part of Verizon 2.0, in the 4 stakeholders. We wanted to have a positive long-term impact for all our stakeholders. Employees, us V-teamers, customers, shareholders, and society. And we constantly have that in front of us when we take the decisions, because that's going to make us going from a great to a fantastic company. And I think if I look back and seeing the decision making and how we progressed the last 9 months and since the announcement of Verizon 2.0, we have been thinking of that, and that has been benefiting for us. And that's so important. And lastly, when we talk about the financials, and Matt and I was up here just a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, talking about the 3rd quarter and about how we're performing in our business, all the way from our revenue to our earnings per share and our cash flow. And we are doing well despite the very tough times. But that doesn't mean we don't need to continue to accelerate and do even more. So I think that we have a focus on growth going forward. We have so many new areas based on what we have built the last years. So we have a growth agenda going into 2021, but need to continue with operation excellence and efficiency. So that is so important for us to get the leverage on what we're doing. So I think we have great plans, and that's what we're going to talk about, the top 300 leaders here. And that, of course, will come back later on when we have the official kickoff in the beginning of next year. So all that is what we are going to talk about here. So it's exciting, and I hope that you are exciting. And looking back on Verizon 2.0, it's always good to see what you decided and what you have done so far. And I have to say, there are many areas we have executed well on, and there are a couple of areas we just need to continue to push hard for. So that's sort of the situation from here, where we talk about the Verizon 2.0. By that, I leave it back to you, Diana.
Hans, thank you. And I hope everybody's super hype and motivated now, because that's all good stuff. Thank you so much. And let's get right over to Christy, because we've got so much to talk to you about as well, including that all-important Pulse survey. 83%, that's impressive, Christy. Love to hear your thoughts about that.
Thanks, Diana. Thanks to all the V-team watching out there. We're very excited. You heard from Hans. You know, Pulse has been a big part of our culture transformation and making sure we have a way to have constant contact with our employees and have you giving us feedback on how are we doing as a leadership team, how are we doing on that journey. So let me start off with a sneak peek into those results. I'll start off by talking about overall participation. Let me get back to my opening slide. Here we go. Okay, so what you heard from Hans is we had 83%, so this is pretty exciting. That means 111 plus 1,000 V-teamers completed the Pulse survey. And remember, these Pulse surveys we put out there, and they're really out for a short period of time. And if you look back, Hans was just talking about the arc of what we've gotten done over the 2 years on our V2.0 transformation. And you can see we started Q1 2019, 53% participation. We've moved that up into the 80s, and we've sustained that. As a reminder, in Q2 of this year, we did 3 COVID surveys, which were only open for about 48 hours each, and we even in that got 71%. But we're back to our 80+ range, very excited. Thanks to all of you, some great results, so let me get into it. We had 7 questions. I'm gonna highlight 3 here and 4 on the next page. Every survey, we're gonna ask you, overall, how satisfied are you with Verizon as a place to work? The great news, remember, 5 is the highest score, 4 is agree, 5 is strongly agree. We got an average, a mean of 4.27. 84% of you said you agree or strongly agree with that statement. So this is really an exciting result. And in the Gallup database that we're comparing ourselves to, that's an 86th percentile rank. And remember, our overall employee North Star is to get to 90th percentile. So our overall satisfaction is beginning to approach that. We're very, very excited about this result. We also asked an important question you heard Hans mention on the feedback, which is I received feedback on the last Pulse Plus survey conducted at my workplace. Again, we got a 4.31 as the mean response out of 5 as the maximum. 82% of you said I agree or strongly agree with that statement. And you can see that in the light green and the darker green bars on the right-hand side of the page. And this is a 72nd percentile in the database, right at that 3rd upper quartile that we're currently at overall as a company. And finally, my team takes the time to reflect on and discuss how we can make things better. This is the highest percentile response in the company. It's a 4.2, 79% agree or strongly agree, but in the Gallup database of all companies, hundreds of thousands of data points, this is the 90th percentile. So this is an above and beyond excellent best practice that we think will be key to our transformation. Our teams taking the time to talk about how they, at the unit and the team level, can make things better. The other questions we asked were more focused on each of us as individuals and our relationship with our supervisor and cooperation between departments. Again, some really great insights here that I think will give our teams a lot to focus on. First, we were very excited that so many of our employees reported that they feel encouraged to improve their level of performance. In fact, 85% said they agree or strongly agree with that statement. And that was a 4.38 average mean. And again, at the upper quartile, 74th percentile of that Gallup database. These next 2 questions actually get me so excited. First, we asked our employees, my supervisor knows what I do best. And so hats off to all the supervisors out there. 4.37 was the mean response. 86% of our employees said they agree or strongly agree with that statement, and that puts us at the 80th percentile of the Gallup database. And why is that so important to us as a VLC? We take very seriously our responsibility to set the strategy, the tone, own the culture, bring our values to life in the company. But the rubber really meets the road in those team engagements between supervisors and employees. And so we're very excited about these 2 questions. In addition to that, my supervisor inspires me to do more than I thought I could. 79% of you said I agree or strongly agree with that statement. That's at the 87th percentile of the Gallup database. So to all of our supervisors out there, thank you for sharing these results, helping your people be inspired to do their best, and continuing to have open dialogue about how we can do better. And speaking of that, our last question was, there is cooperation between my department and other departments with whom I work. And here we got an average of 3.82, so that mean was our lowest mean of the scores. It's at the 63rd percent of the Gallup database. And 67% of our employees said they agree or strongly agree with that statement. But you can see there's about 20% that were undecided. They were neutral. And this is really an area for us to improve, to unlock all of the elements of the vision that you heard Hans talking about. As we get more agile across departments and we find new ways of working, we take the power of what's working in our teams and we take it across boundary. We will be unstoppable. So what's next? We're sharing this with you live here. Tomorrow, all supervisors' dashboards will be uploaded with this information, so you'll be able to go in, share the results with your team, the company results, your team results, and then you can also reflect on your action plan and make any updates to that. As a reminder, the action plans were input into the system over the course of the Pulse Plus action planning. And so over 11,800 action plans are in the system. So congratulations to the 92% of our leaders that built their action plans. And for those of you that, for a variety of reasons with all of our priorities, haven't had a chance to do that, we know that you're going to get to that in this next review with your teams here, so we can finish the year with 100% of our teams having Pulse action plans. Finally, you heard Hans open with, and I'll end with and pass it back to him, our just unwavering commitment to your safety and health and the outstanding support all of you have continued to provide for COVID and how we've handled the COVID crisis. We are at a peak here and in many countries around the world. A number of our European countries have moved into stages of lockdown, and some of our offices are closed as a result of that. So we want to just continue to encourage you to check our COVID webpage. If you are returning to the office, utilize the RTO tool. And these are our constant guidelines. If you don't feel well, stay home, contact your supervisor, healthcare provider, and we have ways for you to stay connected and working with the V team. Remember, if you don't have a thermometer, we have ways for you to acquire one from our catalog. And if you work in retail, one can be provided to you at the on-site location. And so with that, I'm going to kick it back over to Diana. But again, we'll continue our regular COVID updates and we'll continue to evolve with the situation. And thanks again for the great Pulse results.
Christy, thank you so much, as always, for your transparency and for walking us through this. Just really great responses from everybody. And, you know, we wanted to talk a little bit about a new initiative that we have happening. It's called the GNT's Moment to Movement Initiative. We've got a special preview of a certain campaign called What Good Looks Like. Now, this campaign is going to be all about sharing V-Teamer stories. It's part of a toolkit to help people leaders build more inclusivity. You know that that's one of the pillars of our strategy moving forward. We are going to be seeing so much more inclusivity, and that's a good thing for everybody. It's good for business. So What Good Looks Like will be launching in a few days. It's going to consist of some themes created through powerful V-Teamer stories from various levels of race, gender, abilities, all of it. We've got a video preview for you right now.
I'm Josh Andrews. I work for Verizon UK in the end user support team. Back at the end of 2015, my youngest daughter Emily was born. About a month and a half after that, my hearing just started to go. Through the whole of 2016, I became more and more deaf. I was visiting the hospital often. Beginning of 2017, I was profoundly deaf. The doctors that we were seeing couldn't explain it. So that was probably the hardest part of the process, was that no one could tell me why. You go from being a 35-year-old happy family man to not being able to communicate, talk to your family, and that feeling of not being able to help. It's hard, and it was the same at work, really. I was a go-to guy at work. If I couldn't fix it, I always knew someone who could, and I would get it done for you. And then I wasn't. I'd go weeks without talking to people, and you'd see life passing you by. I was lucky. I had my colleagues around me that did see, and they did help. There was couple of people that really made a difference. I'm really lucky that we had the technology at Verizon. We switched all of our meetings to Google Meets. Now we use BlueJeans, because they have the closed captions, I could lip read as well. So everyone went on video. My manager, Marcus, one day I came into the office and he greeted with me. He said, just hello, how are you? But he signed it. Good morning, how are you? And that's how he greeted me. And I was able to say, I'm good, how are you back? I'm lucky enough to be a cochlear implant patient, so I have an advanced Bionics implant, which allows me to hear. I had that in March of 2018. I'm almost back to how it was. Can't thank my little family enough and Verizon for supporting me through this, knowing that they support everybody. It's about bringing people into the conversation, harnessing those ideas, getting the best out of people. It's not just about supporting those with disabilities. It's about helping everyone in the room understand and how we can all support each other. It's being that one team with that one goal to move forward together.
Oh my goodness, that is truly what good looks like. And thank you so much for sharing your story, Josh. I mean, we're all so inspired by that. And this is the heart of it, right, Hans? I mean, it's the V-Team Restorers. It's the people who make up our community that are the reason that we are so strong. So Hans, I wanted to get your reaction to that because I can see on your face how moved you are. So tell us your thoughts right now.
Yeah, no, it's just a great story. And to Josh and his colleagues that support him, and this is what it's all about. I mean, our diversity and inclusion is so important. It makes our company so much better. And what we've seen in the last couple of years and the last couple of months when it comes to diversity and inclusion and these stories, they make a difference. It makes a difference for us as a company. It makes a difference for our customers that we are that diversity and inclusion company. And we know we have still work to be done. And remember that our HR team came out with a diversity and inclusion report in a couple of months ago that basically did it on every level of the company, in every unit, to see that we are diverse and inclusion. So we really want to focus on it, and we're not done. Nobody's ever going to be done. We just need to do it better. But it's heartwarming to listen to Josh.
Yeah. And Hans, a few thoughts from you because, you know, we are going into the holidays and friends and family has been a big thing for us. Lots of us have lots to talk to our family members about this during the holidays. So tell us the kinds of things that, you know, we can talk to our friends and family about when it comes to Verizon.
Yeah, usually I try to summarize what we're going to talk about at the dinner table, and it's a lot of things you can talk about, and it's coming up some really big events in different type of the world. Of course, here in the US, Thanksgiving and coming up, and that's a long dinner, as I know. I don't know, but people tells me you sit for hours and eat, but you need to talk about something, and that's why I have always a good list of things you should talk about. I think first, you should actually try to capture more customers, because I think that we have a great proposition to our customers. I mean, think about all the mix and match we have and all the optionality that we create. Think about the broadband offerings we have in the Fios that is actually fantastic. And ultimately, we have the friends and family discounts that you can just distribute around the table or whatever you have. So that's the first thing. That can be a long conversation. I think secondly, I think also you need to reflect back on Verizon 2.0 and the last 9 months, how the company has responded, how you has responded to a totally unprecedented time. And I'm so proud of each and every V-teamer for what you have done and how you have been working in these times and supporting each other. And I think you should talk about that and the journey we're on to and the excitement we feel for it, even though there's a challenging time. And ultimately, you can sort of do some freewheeling around the Pulse survey, which I'm proud of. I'm proud of that so many of you responded to it and feel that there's a purpose to be with Verizon and there's a purpose where we're going. And I think you should share that with your family, friends, colleagues, whatever it might be when you gather next time. So those 3 things are, I think, great conversation. And here in the US, if you go to a Thanksgiving dinner, that's definitely going to take it from the beginning to the end if you just want to talk about Verizon. And I think that many want to hear about Verizon for at least a couple of hours. So I'm feeling excited about it, so hopefully you will do it as well. And I will try my own Thanksgiving as well. And I will see if the family will endure my full speech about Verizon 2.0 and Pulse and all the offerings we have. But a couple of good ideas there, Diane.
All right, Hans. Well, thank you so much. I mean, we are proud of the work we've all done, but we're also really proud of you, Hans, and our leadership team for just being the beacon in these uncertain times and turning the ship around and making sure that we all knew what we were doing and where we needed to go. That roadmap so incredibly important. So we have you to thank for that. We have so much to be thankful for these holidays. Verizon's just an incredible company, and thank you so much for your leadership. And with that, I'm going to thank everybody watching Up to Speed Live right now. I mean, don't you feel really proud of yourself right now that you belong to the V-Team community? It's awesome. So thank you so much for spending time with us today. I'm Diana Alvear, and until next time, oh goodness, I'm a little overcome right now. Until next time, you're up to speed.